Hi, I'm Sam Peterson, author of 2 books, Trunky Transgender Junkie and Sugar, a Memoir of Craving. I'm an old gay trans man with bad teeth, and I love knives, and I'm not here to rate them. I'm not here to tell you about the newest, the bestest, the fastest, the powest. I'm here to queerly share my queer love of knives with you. Like and subscribe. Yeah. Happy fall, everybody. Yay! In a mild coincidence, I'm going to be talking about some autumnal knives. If you put knives in seasonal categories, then there's something about this particular brand that has a distinctly fall vibe. And that is the big old giant mouse themselves. The giant mouse is the house of Jens Anso and Jesper Voxnaes, 2 incredibly profligate designers whose work you could pick out in any knife crowd. They always have that sort of Scandinavian vibe, aesthetic or shapes or something. They're very rounded, something. You know it when you see it. My first giant mouse was this Ace Grand. Their regular folks house, knife house, it's like designer house, is called Ace, Giant Mouse Ace, while their more high-end semi-custom blades are GM and then have a number. Each number has rules about how many are produced under that particular line. So it says on their website, GM1 through GM8 designs are produced in limited runs of only 400 pieces, with 25% of the run made in a special version and marked as such with our pirate mouse logo. After the 400 pieces are produced, the design is discontinued. These guys, those guys run in the $300 to $500 arena, whereas the Ace line is $150 to $285, I'd say. And the 150s are very little, little steel things. They're generally around $200. Back to the Grand. This fucking knife. This knife kills me. I fell in love with it so hard. I got this on the secondary market, and the natural micarta actually still looked like my micarta. It still had rings on it. Not anymore. I carried and worked this baby like the big baby fiend it is. I think because it's so ergonomically delightful, I didn't really experience it as a big blade. I mean, it is big, but it just feels right. Anyhow, the moral of this story is I was smitten like a kitten with knives. Oddly enough, their knives are machined in Italia, so they all have those lovely details that the Italians produce, like chamfered edges and rounded spines, and none of them are dead nut center, to coin a phrase, or to rather steal a phrase from Lefty EDC. None of these knives are dead nut centered, which is a funny quirk to me, frankly. I don't need my knife to be dead nut centered if it works fine. They're also all in Elmax. Here's what I know about Elmax. It's harder than M390, while M390 is slightly tougher. Besides that, I feel like these blade shapes that they are meant for engaging in tasks. At least in my hands. The only thing is my tiny man hands can't reach the patch of jimping very well. I guess in this way they can, but not my thumb. Oh, God, such a beautiful knife. Really stunning. The next knife I got, I saved up for, and that was the Biblio XL, the Biblio XL in titanium. This knife is also a beast. I carried it too for a short while before I had the idea or the urge, the impetus, the craving, if you will, to send it to Way of Knife for some surprise modification. They did it over in this It's actually, it's in the sunlight, it's kind of purple. It's like a purpley gray. And out of the sunlight is sort of a charcoal, and it has like a gold undertone, and they've golded out all these, all the accoutrements, the hardware. They zapped the hardware until it was shiny gold and coated the scales with some kind of gold or black or gray. It's super cool. Most of the time I really enjoy it, but some of the time when it looks purple I don't enjoy it as much. The XL is a fucking beautiful knife. I will shut up about its color, which is really incidental. If you get a chance to pick one of these up, yes. It's got this big humping finger choil. Can you see that? And which means now I can reach the bloody gym patch. Really nice in the hand. Ah, I love this knife so much. I can't even begin to tell you how much I love it. It's really, it's up there in the top 3 for me of favorite knives. It's got really nice action. Listen to that. And look at that grayed out. I mean, we're talking about aesthetics here, but look at that grayed out blade. It's really, really spectacular. I really like it. Then I got a Jagd, J-A-G-T, which was cheap on the secondary market, and it's cheap on the market too. It's like $185 or something, $195, and it is an elongated version of a giant mouse. It is a great knife, and if you get the chance, pick one up because they're really cool. I'm sad I sold mine, but I had to, so there you go. I was thinking, you know, the giant mouses, giant mice, all look alike, but when I hold them up together, they are nothing alike. One's a clip point, one's a sheep's spoon, and one's a straight back, and I'll get to the straight back in a minute. They're quite different, while very obviously coming from the same house. This baby came in a couple days ago, and that is the Nimbus. The guy selling it sold it for so cheap that I honestly thought it was a scam. Once in a while that happens on the secondary market. Somebody has something they want to get rid of really fast, or they don't know how to value it, or they don't care, and so it's really cheap. That was the case with this. It was so cheap, and I didn't really have any money, but I said, can't pass this up, so I bought it. Now I'm yelling because I shouldn't be buying knives. Anyway, this thing was 75 bucks from 185, so I had to snatch it up. I had to. This is the most unique pocket knife, while also being your very generic pocket knife. It's sui generis while being generic. It is a pocket knife. It is the perfect size for a pocket knife. The blade shape, perfect. It's got a thinner blade than the other knives had, I think. Most giant mice have a very thick blade stock, so this is much better for slicing. It's really nice. I just kicked my camera. Good job, me. Really flies out. Great. Love it. GMs are not the most fidgety knives out there, but they are very satisfying to open and close, which I will be doing endlessly all day long. If you need a tougher knife, I think giant mouses are a great option. Their stock tends to be thicker. They are built on a sort of larger scale. If you like a slim guy, these are not the blades for you. But if you, like me, like a handful of knife, then I will pray for you. I wrote that down. I have no idea what I mean by that, but it's nice and thick. It's really a handful. You know where I'm going with this. I love you, and have fun, and look at my face. Bye. Boop, 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 boop.